Gentlelady yields back. I'll now recognize myself for 5 minutes of questions. 2 years ago, CISA launched the Secure by Design movement to encourage software developers to consider security from the beginning of the product development. Given how AI has evolved rapidly in just a few years, from machine learning to generative AI to now agentic AI, it appears we have an opportunity to adopt a similar philosophy and deploy secure AI tools. KC, how can we adopt secure by design principles for AI?
Thank you for the question, Chairman. I would say that software secure by design policies or framework is not new. It was introduced back in 2005 by NIST, and unfortunately, those secure by design standards have not been adopted or not been practiced. And with AI, it's actually exacerbating that problem that we are seeing. With vibe coding, a lot of students, a lot of kids, a lot of folks that do not have any software experience are writing code, and it's introducing more and more software vulnerabilities and weaknesses. We actually did a research analysis, and we saw most of the models that are out there can be jailbroken if you have the patience and will to get to it. And we also have analyzed about 15,000 MCP servers that are out there. One of the things that we noticed is that CWE20, which is input validation, which is very old vulnerability and weakness, it's been exploited even today. Any AI model or MCP server that you see, you're seeing that as a big issue. So there needs to be a big push from the Congress and legislation to mandate secure by design in the products and offerings that these vendors are providing out there. And I saw the EO on Friday that actually pushes that software by design policies forward.
Do we need different principles depending on the type of AI, secure design principles?
I would say that the AI vulnerabilities are slightly different, but the traditional software vulnerabilities still apply. Where AI would differ is things like data, where you're thinking about, how do you attack, the model to give you nefarious answers. Those are the things that I think AI is slightly different. But if you go back to it, the same issues happen, the data and the analysis and security. So I don't think we need a new framework or anything. You just need to make sure that existing ones are used effectively.
And that goes from even includes on agentic AI, the newest frontier?
I would agree to that.
Okay.
100%.
Mr. Dambrod, your company focuses on securing AI. However, many startups have scarce resources, meaning they may not prioritize investing their money in security. How can we ensure startups think about AI security as a worthwhile return on investment from their organization and for the broader AI ecosystem?
Thank you for that question. I think when we look at small businesses, I think AI becomes a great equalizer in many ways, right? It offers a power that many of them have never had at their fingertips to introduce into their products and services and really fundamentally change the way that they can compete in the market. But I think you're right. We definitely see organizations that don't necessarily focus on security by design and AI security by design. The integration strategies that my colleagues here talk about, we see technologies that surround these models that may also introduce vulnerabilities. So we really need to look at the entirety of the AI system. Small businesses have an obligation, I think. They need to be educated on those risks. Oftentimes, these are not well understood. I think we have to focus on education. I think we need to make sure that the tooling that's available to small businesses as they're starting to integrate and develop these technologies into their products is more easily accessible, easily understood. And the foundational model providers have an obligation to continue their hard work to make sure that they're using the most secure models in the process of that integration. So I think there are opportunities here to improve. When we look at the small businesses that we actually identify through our customers and that are third parties introducing AI services, many of them have never done any AI red teaming. They haven't gone through that process. In fact, I think when we look at our vendors, about 95% of them haven't done that, some of which are small business. So we really have to focus on that, make sure that they can.
Is there a role for the U.S. government to support here, or not? Or are you just, no, not really? What do you think?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that there's an opportunity by basically putting better guidelines in place to make sure that as people are playing with agentic systems, that we understand that there are things that have to be done in order to put those into production, and that monitoring and making sure that that is not just a manual process and raising your hand. That's not a checklist process, but a technical process is one of the things that we need to start to push on.
Great, wonderful. My time is now up, but we're coming back for a second round of questions. So I'm going to yield, and I recognize the gentleman from California, the ranking member, Mr. Swalwell, for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Mr. Dambrot, can you elaborate on how AI red teaming improves AI security?